Afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you are well. So today Jason and I have had a right old pickle with this 2025 Chausson, whatever you want to call it, Sportline 697. Now Mick has been back to us for several things, and on this particular visit he needed a better high-level camera. Now because this is on a Ford chassis, he's got the big Sync 4 10-inch system on there, massive screen, but the camera is located, which I'll show you in a minute, is located in the bumper, and it's a tiny little round camera, and all it does is it just sits and does this, and it looks out, but it doesn't really give you much perspective in terms of from a good, nice downward view, like a lot of motorhomes and and vans would have. So when you're reversing the vehicle in, and I reversed it into here today, and it's quite misleading because even though you've got parking sensors for the last meter, the camera perspective is quite deceiving. So join me around the back of the camera, around the back of the motorhome. We'll have a chat about what we've done and how we've done it, and also the little issues that we've come across whilst we've been installing. Now the back end of this motorhome makes me think of a car, and I can't quite think what model it is, but it's the black slimline bumper with these three lights in either side. It's almost Corvette style round lights, but either way it's different. We see so many different motorhomes in here on a daily basis, and so many newer ones now are coming out with a very different type of specification, colours and designs, just because of the modern world we live in. Anyway, talking about the camera, this is what's been fitted from factory. I've never seen one before. I've seen them fitted as an aftermarket thing on cars, but to see them, I mean, that's the size of a 5p piece, and that is just one camera that's got quite a wide angle lens, but the wide angle lens distorts the image, so it makes it look odd. So we will briefly discuss that, or cover that when we are in the cabin. But let's look at what we have fitted today. So this particular vehicle, I'm not going to say cheap because that's really rude, but there are varying different qualities of vehicle. Now, this particular vehicle doesn't have an inner lining or cavity wall. It is purely just one of the simple build ones where the actual motorhome is made up of 35mm. Hopefully the camera can come down to see me. It's made up of around about 35mm, and that's 2mm alley, then polystyrene, and then probably alley again, and then there's some wood. Now, what we've had to do is we've gone into the back bedroom area, we've stripped out all of the mattresses and bedding and got into the cupboard, and we've had to measure several times before we can then drill through. On this particular install, we've had to drill in where we want the cables to come in, and then we've had to go in an angle and up through into the cupboard. Again, we'll show you, and only because of the fact that otherwise you'd see all of our cabling running below the cupboard and above your headline, and it would just look really naff, and that's not what we're about. So by all means, pass comment, you do anyway, but this is trying to fit this on an aftermarket or retrofit basis when we're not building this vehicle. It's come to us, it's already built, and we're at the limitation of what we can do with our expertise. So camera's gone in, brackets been siliconed or Sikaflexed on, and then using some stainless steel cup washers and screws, that's been screwed on. Cabling goes in through to the back side of the bedroom, and then we've dropped it down past the bed into the garage, drilled another hole, and then in this corner here, I have drilled from the garage down in through, and Jason has gone all the way along to the front of the vehicle in copex tubing, and then we've popped up into the steps. So all the way along here, Jason's then brought his cabling up into the step, along, and then up behind this panel here, where we've then connected it to the supply for the monitor, and we've done a mirror stalk monitor. So we've removed the existing rear view mirror that's a dumb mirror. There's no electrics, it doesn't do anything special, so we've removed that, used the hex stalk on the, or the hex mount on the windscreen, put our own stalk on there, and then where the plastic cowling or housing fits around the stalk, we filed it out to allow for the cabling, so nice and neat. And also, most importantly, for the blind to still operate, which it does beautifully. So we're gonna get the van out in a minute and show you some nice camera views outside rather than in the workshop where you can't really see much and it looks a bit naff, but you get the gist of it. Right, as you can see, a nice neat install of the 6.5-inch mirror monitor. This is what came out. This is the standard Ford rear view mirror, as we call it, the dumb mirror, because it does nothing, it's not connected to anything, and that was hidden behind the cowling here. So after we've used our aftermarket stalk, you can do what you want with this stalk within reason, and it's nice and neat, and it doesn't get in the way of the blind, which comes up here. So this is the blind, and even at this section you can see it doesn't really get in the way, and then goes fully up. Let's pop that down there. So this is the rearward facing view. So when you turn the ignition on, invariably this is what you're going to get as default. It can see what's behind you whilst you're driving and all of the time. Now, because a lot of these newer Fords are run on data for reverse gear, and then to try and wire in a cable from the reverse trigger when it's so easy just to select your rear image. This one doesn't automatically show the downward image when you select reverse gear. Not really a big deal, and it just means that, as you can see, that you've got the downward image and you can see exactly what's going on behind you, and you can see your rear bumper. So we can flick that back here. Now, at the beginning of the video, I said to you about the Ford Sync system. So this is the Ford Sync system. When I put it into reverse, this is what you get. Now, the reversing camera, don't get me wrong, is really clean and crisp and clear on a massive screen. Unfortunately, it's almost too wide for its own good, and it's not reliable enough for you to then go, yes, I can reverse up to that within a second. So there we go, we've got a car just pulling up to us now. It's very strange, it takes things out of perspective. So let's take that out of there. So going back to our 6.5-inch monitor, these are analog high definition cameras. So in terms of the camera feed, it's not as clean and crisp as this 2025 technology, but it still means that you can access both the video images like so. So that's it. Now, if you would like any of these products that you see in our videos, please do get in touch with us. We've done loads of the dual lens metal body mounted cameras in white or black with a 6.5-inch monitor. We could even not fit this and connect it to an Alpine head unit if you wish as well. I think a lot of people like this just because of the fact that it's completely independent. So when you're driving, you can see what's going on behind you all the time, which is a really handy thing. So don't forget to follow us on social media. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it. Thanks for watching as usual, and we'll see you on the next video.